Alexa, alarm off. Alexa, what's on the calendar today?
You have 12 events scheduled.
Alexa, call me an Uber.
Your Uber will arrive in 2 minutes.
Alexa, what's the weather like today?
There's a 100% chance of showers.
Alexa, pair my Bluetooth speaker.
Okay, paired.
Alexa, it's time to reorder some paper towels.
Okay, order placed.
And Alexa, play my garage music.
Playing your garage playlist from Prime Music.
Alexa, play some jazz.
Playing smooth jazz from Prime Music.
Alexa, who's this?
This is Picnic Basket by Lullitone.
Alexa, turn that up.
Alexa, ask Domino's to send me my last order.
Okay, order placed.
Hey, isn't that Jason Schwartzman?
No, that's not him. I would know if that was him.
I'm pretty sure it's him.
Okay, Alexa, who stars in Mozart in the Jungle?
Stars include Malcolm McDowell, Jason Schwartzman.
Ha! See? That was right.
Alexa, change the bedroom temperature to 65 degrees.
Okay,
Alexa, lights off.
okay.
Alexa, good night.
Good night. Sleep tight.
Today's methods of cold storage occupy a great deal of space. Conversely, the bio-robot refrigerator has no need for doors, drawers, or even a motor, ensuring that 90% of the appliance is given over to its intended purpose. Non-sticky, odorless gel morphs around groceries to keep them at their optimal temperature. The fridge is adaptable. It can be hung vertically, horizontally, or even from the ceiling.
For a vehicle to drive itself, it needs to know where it is in the world, and it also needs to know what's around it. Based on these factors, it needs to be able to make smart and safe driving decisions in the real world. And once you get in the car, you start to get a real feel for the way the technology works and what it's like in real driving situations. So there are a few things that have to happen before the car can safely drive itself. First, it has to figure out its location in the world. So we use GPS, but GPS isn't always that accurate, which is why we rely on our other sensors like the laser, which picks up on details in the environment that help us identify our more precise location. So think of the sensors as the car's eyes and ears, but with eyes that can see far off into the distance and 360 degrees around the car. And the great thing about having all these sensors is that they can talk to each other and get cross-checked information about the environment. So while we take in a ton of information using our sensors, it's our software that really processes all of this and differentiates between objects. All these objects are visible on the laptop that the safety drivers use while testing the vehicles. Based on what the vehicle senses and processes, these objects will be represented by different colored boxes. Cyclists will be red, pedestrians yellow, and the vehicles will appear as either green or pink. These boxes demonstrate the processing that takes place within the software. And think about the complexity here. People look different, cars have different shapes and sizes, yet despite these nuances, the software needs to classify these objects appropriately based on factors like their shape, movement pattern, or location. For example, if there's a cyclist in the bike lane, the vehicle understands that this is a cyclist, not another object like a car or a pedestrian, so the cyclist appears as a red box on the safety driver's laptop. And the software can also detect the cyclist's hand signal and yield to them appropriately. When our engineers think about where the car should drive and how, safety is always the top priority. So the vehicle takes into account many things like how close it is to other objects or matching speed with traffic or anticipating other cars cutting in. For example, as a passenger, it can feel a little uncomfortable passing by a large vehicle on the road. Our engineers have taught the software to detect the large vehicles, and the laptop shows them as larger boxes on the screen. As our vehicle passes by a large truck, it will actually keep to the farther side of the lane and give ourselves a little bit more space. We've also taught the vehicle to recognize and navigate through construction zones. The The vehicle sensors can spot the orange signs and cones early to alert the car of any lane blockage ahead, and then we can change lanes safely. Another thing that's really important is for the vehicle to drive in a naturalistic way, because when it's natural and the car abides by social norms on the road, it's also safer. For example, at four-way stops, people typically rely on eye contact to communicate whose turn it is, and in our case, the vehicle inches forward into the intersection to indicate its intent.
I used to be a salesman, and in 2005, I was diagnosed with having cancer in my left forearm. It was so aggressive, it just wouldn't even slow down. So in 2008, they amputated my arm just above the elbow. I got a second chance of life. You don't think that doesn't make me happy and give me that much more of a drive? Yes, it does.
Ready and go. Hold it, hold it, hold it, hold it, and relax.
Johnny Matheny has become something of a guinea pig for experimental prosthetics.
Hand open.
What he's testing here being the Johns Hopkins Applied Physics Laboratory, is a glimpse into the future of how humans and machines interact. It's a mind-controlled arm that attaches directly to his skeleton. And it's the result of a decade of work and $120 million of military funding.
So this is the first time that we're attaching a prosthetic device to an implant that protrudes out of his skin and allows the prosthesis to actually be physically attached to his skeleton.
Okay, elbow extend, elbow bend. I had a problem with all the arms that I was working with. I was having skin breakdown on my stump. With osseointegration, you don't have to worry about the suction on the stump. You connect directly to the implant, and so therefore you can continue wearing it, no matter what.
Johnny's implant allows for more strength and mobility, but maybe more impressive is he can control the arm with his thoughts. For this, he had to undergo another surgery to rearrange the nerves from his missing arm.
All right, so we'll just start with new movement. Ready? Let's pronate. Supinate. Go.
We are actually witnessing something that has never been done before, is Johnny really controlling that limb simply by thinking about it with normal intuitive thought. We are using wireless myobands to transmit that muscle activity. So now when he thinks of moving his missing limb, it now contracts those newly reinnervated muscles.